Well, Greensboro Mayor Nancy Vaughan with us tonight. We are talking about developments, housing, other things happening across the city. She's also taking your questions. So this is how you can get your question to us. It is 336-379-5775. You text us in your question. She'll be answering your text questions later in the newscast. All right, before we get to what's happening in the latest in the city, let's remember former Greensboro Mayor Jim Melvin. He passed away this weekend, and I know that you are one of his biggest fans, saying that his legacy really honors our city.
Oh, it absolutely do. His legacy will be felt for generations to come. There's not one big project that's happened in the city that he does not have his fingerprints on. Of course, maybe the biggest out of all of them is probably the Toyota battery manufacturing site. That would not have happened without his vision and foresight. And I'm grateful that we had somebody like Mr. Melvin to champion and cheerlead the city of Greensboro.
Yeah, and he clearly has left his mark. I mean, he was mayor in the 70s, early 80s part.
He was.
But he is known throughout for many generations to come.
Absolutely, Mr. Greensboro. He will be missed. And also, the day before Mr. Melvin passed away, Maggie Jeffess, former NC North Carolina House of Representative, did about 12 years. She was a 30-year teacher. She won the National Teacher of the Year award. She passed away at 90, and she will be missed too. We've had people in our community that have made significant impacts, and it will be felt for a long time.
Speaking of impacts, we're talking about now a group of trad investors purchasing the former home of the Greensboro News and Record. Several plans for what could be done in that spot.
So I know that, it's a local investment group, which is great because it means that they're going to take care of the site, and they're also going to do their homework on what actually works. I don't think that they have any final plans or designs. They're going to be talking to the community. They're really looking at what is it that will serve downtown Greensboro the best. They also know that that site is the gateway to East Greensboro, and they want to honor that as well.
All right, so it'll be interesting to see what's there.
Yes.
Okay. When we talk about other big city plans and development in the near future, what is on the docket of things that you're paying close attention to?
Oh my goodness, we've got a lot of things. We're going to have the World Cup games next year. We've got to get ready for that. We've got the World University Games in 2029. Just coming up, we've got the Folk Festival next weekend, the Pride celebration the weekend after that. There's always something going on in the city of Greensboro. If people are here and they're bored, they're not trying, because there is so much that you can do.
You have a couple months left in your term as mayor. In fact, what does your countdown say on your phone?
110 days, yes.
And there is a countdown on her phone.
Yes.
So what are your top priorities as you have these last 100 and something days?
So there are a number of projects that I would really like to tie up in the next 110 days. One is that we are still looking at the entertainment ordinance. We've been very fortunate this year that we did not have a repeat of last year, but we want to make sure that we're prepared going forward that something like that doesn't occur again. The Westin Hotel, that has been under construction now for many, many years. We've been in discussions on what we can do. I understand that this is a difficult time to build a big project because of tariffs and interest rates, and what can we do to just make that site look better? Housing, we want to make sure that our ordinance make it user-friendly where people can build houses. I know we're going to talk about the road to 10,000, but that is something that's so important. And then, of course, public safety is something that everybody talks about. On our upcoming agenda, we do have a red light camera item on the agenda. I believe that will pass, because one thing that I hear about every single day is that people are concerned about traffic, speeding, red lights, and that's just something that we have to address in addition to policing.
We've done the red light camera thing before.
We have.
So what makes this any different?
Because I think you learn from your mistakes. that some of the locations that were chosen, I think the one that people most talk about are Wendover and Hill Street, that you know, people would jam on their brakes, and because of the hill that it was on, that there were some rear end crashes. So that we're going to be more specific, GDOT is going to be more specific about the locations they choose. The other thing is, it doesn't mean that there won't be any accidents, but what they are trying to reduce are the side impact accidents. Those are the ones that lead to injury and fatalities. If it's a rear crash, that's not nearly as bad as a side impact. So they have done a study of all of the intersections, and they are targeting the ones with the most side impact crashes.
Okay, we're going to continue the conversation with the mayor, and we're going to have your questions coming up next, so you can text those in. You see them at the bottom of your screen, 336-379-5775.